Good evening. Thank y'all for joining us for our first annual Biggest Loser Challenge. At Magnolia Health Care, we specialize in functional medicine and weight management. Dr. Quay has taken great pride in these programs, and this challenge has given us an opportunity to show the community what we do and the success that comes with it. To get us started, let's give Dr. Quay a warm welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so obesity is a big problem in this country. And when I first moved here about 20 years ago from Atlanta, I wanted to do something to make a difference, to make a difference in the lives of my patients. And I came up with a weight loss program, but it was not successful, because everybody who came to me wanted pills for weight loss. So that program kind of failed, but I didn't give up. I kept on looking. The reason is because obesity has associated risks. It causes death for any reason at all. That's what is all-cause mortality. Same one. So all-cause mortality. Obesity is associated with hypertension, dyslipidemia, diabetes, coronary artery disease, and stroke. And it also is a risk factor for, or one of the complications of obesity is gallbladder disease, as well as osteoporosis. So this is an obesity map of the country in 2011. Over the years, the rate of obesity is increasing now. The green is 20 to 25% obesity rate. So if you look at Montana, California, Nevada, Utah, and Colorado in the western part of the country, they have a 20 to 25% rate of obesity as of 2011. And then again in New York, so on the coasts, the obesity rates are a little on the low end. But in the middle of the country, especially in the south around here, you see that the rates are higher. So you see we have a rate of 30 to 35% in the south, including South Carolina. As the years go by, you see that the green is disappearing. We have more brown. So this is 2013. 2014, we have more brown. Now we have a deeper brown. 2015, more brown, more deeper brown. And then it seems like it gets better sometimes and it gets worse. But now we're getting to 2017, more darker brown, 2018, 2019, and then 2020. So you can see, comparing 2019 to 2020, that it seems to get a little better. So here, Mississippi is darker, so which is like 40% to 45%, but then by 2020 it seems to shift back a little. In the next graph, I'm comparing obesity rates as of 2011 and 2020, and you can see the difference. Obesity has an impact on the country. There are obesity-related conditions such as heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of cancer are among the leading causes of death or premature death in the country. So obesity is making you live less longer than you should, or than you would otherwise live. Also, obesity is associated with $140 billion of healthcare costs as of 2018. And for someone who has obesity, every year they're spending about $1,500 more on their healthcare than someone who does not have obesity. Okay. So why is obesity a problem? I've mentioned some of them already, but let me go through again. And Obesity is associated with hypertension, cholesterol, cholesterol problems, dyslipidemia, type 2 diabetes, coronary artery disease, stroke, gallbladder disease, osteoporosis. So if obesity is such a problem, why can't we lose weight? Well, there are lots of reasons why we gain weight or why we cannot lose weight. Sleep is an issue. Not having adequate sleep will make it a little more difficult for you to lose weight. Another thing is mindless eating. Mindless eating is like when you have food on the counter in the kitchen, some cookies, crackers, whatever, something in the kitchen that you walk by and grab, put it in your mouth without paying attention to what you're doing. Mindless eating. And mindless eating can actually be associated with stress. Sometimes dieting for too long, you lose track of what you're doing, and so then you may not get the kind of success that you want. You may be on the wrong program. Sometimes you may be on the right program, but then maybe you have unrealistic expectations. When you have unrealistic expectations, what tends to happen is you may give up because you're not achieving the goals that you set for yourself. Sometimes you may be too much focused on diet. You have to live your life. You can't live a diet. And so oftentimes when you're on an eating program, a diet, you have to mesh it with the rest of your life. I mean, it becomes part of your life. It doesn't become your whole life. And so you can include, you don't have to call it a diet, but you can include healthy eating as part of your life so that it's something, most times when people have diets start and end. But if you make it a lifestyle issue, it's something you can do as long as you live. Okay. So, if you're on a diet or you're eating a certain way, it's always good to include exercise. Like I said, you're living a life, not living a diet. Okay. Oftentimes we can't lose weight because of calorie imbalance. Sometimes you eat more than what you expend as energy. And what I tell people sometimes is if you buy more gas than what you drive or around what you spend, there's always extra gas in your tank. If you keep on piling on, instead of running out of the tank in your body, it becomes stored as fat. So energy balance, make sure that what you take in is equal to what you expend. And sometimes calorie deficit can be a problem. So if you don't eat enough, people who fast for too long, what happens is that your metabolic processes slow down, so you end up using less energy. So when you end that diet and you start eating, your body doesn't expend the energy the extra energy that you begin to take in. So then you get anything that you don't spend gets stored as fat. Also, drinking water and lots of water helps the metabolic processes that take place. And then the right kind of exercise. Cardio, weightlifting. Weightlifting helps build muscle. The more muscle you have, the more energy you spend, because when you have fat doesn't spend energy. So the more muscle you have, the more likely you are to lose weight. Even though lifting weights will make you build muscle and gain weight first, it can actually help you lose weight in the longer run. Another very common reason why people find it difficult to lose weight is because of uncounted calories. So things like ketchup, jam, mayonnaise, chips, the things that you eat mindlessly, that you don't pay attention to. Now, they pay attention to you because they have calories that they deposit in your body. So you may not pay attention to these foods, but they have calories. Flavored water, some flavored waters will contain some sugar. And then things like tea, soda, juice, Kool-Aid are full of sugar. Alcohol, although it's not sugar, it has calories, and those calories will be stored in your body. And some salad dressings have calories, and so you need to be careful about stuff like that. Sometimes you can't lose weight because you don't give your plan time to work. We make changes too quickly. Not eating enough, maybe because you don't feel hungry. Sometimes not eating enough high quality proteins because the foods that you eat get broken down into nutrients that help to build your body, that help to create energy for you. So if you don't eat healthy, then you're likely to gain weight. Quality fats. Some fats are better than others. Even carbohydrates. Some carbohydrates are better than others. So low carbs, you have to have some carbohydrates because there's some benefit to every food group. So your carbohydrates can be complex carbohydrates. If you're trying to lose weight, it doesn't mean you should not have carbs, because you do need it, and you can, by not eating carbs, you may create a deficit in your body, some kind of nutrient deficit that may actually even lead to you gaining weight. Sometimes you may start off with a routine, but you go off track on the routine. So it's always good to have a plan. If you're trying to lose weight, it's good to have a plan that you will follow for weight loss. Maybe you prepare your meals from home instead of going to eat at the cafeteria. Now, one thing about meal prep, making your own meals, is that you know what you want and you know what is good for you. And so when you cook and take your food to work, you're likely to take what you need, what is good for you, rather than going to buy something at the cafeteria. A lot of restaurant foods are higher in calories than what you need. Some foods, they put sugar in, or they put extra salt in, because it gives the taste that gets you hooked to the food. So really the best thing is to prep your meals at home and then take them to work if you're working. Also, when you shop, it's likely that if you don't have a shopping list, you see something that you crave and then you want to get it. But if you shop with a shopping list and you have everything that you want or you need before you go, and you stick to the shopping list, you're less likely to get something that is bad for you and that's going to make you gain weight. So you must have a plan for weight loss, and you should also review your plan periodically. Okay. If you fall off the wagon, if you fall off track, and you get off your plan, the best thing to do is to get back on it. You know, some people are on a weight loss program, they're dieting, they fall off, and then they give up because of that. But life continues, and the fact that you fall off doesn't mean you should give up on it. If you have, one thing to do is you start on a program and you lose weight, or maybe you don't even lose weight at all. After a certain period of time, you should review the program to see where it is. Maybe you've lost weight, but that's not the program that you need for the rest of your life. You need something different. So it's always good to go back and review the program, see where you are, whether the program is still good for you or not. Maybe the program is obsolete, and then get a new program, start a new program. But it's something that you have to consider as a lifetime issue, something you're going to do for the rest of your life. Healthy snacks. When you make snack choices, be sure to choose healthy snacks and be careful about foods that have hidden sugars. If you look at canned foods and they have sugar, you will hardly never see where they say it has sugar. They may say high fructose corn syrup, that's sugar. They may say maltose or maltodextrin. Those are different kinds of sugars. So if you're buying processed foods, they may hide the sugar from you, and you may not know that you're eating extra sugar. If you're not active, it's good to get active. So low activity levels, you have to exercise, keep your body going to the extent that you can. So again, processed foods. Sometimes people cannot lose weight because they have undiagnosed health issues. Thyroid problems are a big one because the thyroid controls your metabolic rate. And if you have a low thyroid, your metabolic rate slows down. You will gain weight. Maybe you feel cold when everyone else around you feels warm. But that's something that if you go to see your doctor for a weight problem, is one of the things that they will probably look at and correct if you have a thyroid problem. Another one is diabetes, especially if you're on insulin. Insulin is a growth hormone, and so insulin will make you gain weight. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people with diabetes cannot lose weight, because they're taking insulin. Another thing is hormone-related problems, especially in females, but also in males. There are lots of different kinds of hormone problems. Some of them will make you lose weight. Some of them will make you gain weight. But more often than not, the hormone problems that people have are problems that make them gain weight. So that's something to be careful about. And something else that is hardly ever acknowledged or recognized is food allergies. If you have food allergies, your body, anytime you eat a food that you're allergic to, your body gets inflamed, and inflammation can cause you to gain weight. Inflammation is actually the underlying cause for a lot of illnesses. So food allergies and food intolerances are something that's very important to keep track of. If you have a weight problems, maybe you can talk to your doctor to get to test you for food allergies and let you know what you can and cannot eat. And then again, medications. So steroids. So certain illnesses like rheumatoid arthritis or people with asthma who get put on steroids, steroids make it difficult for you to lose weight. They will make you gain weight. Same thing with insulin, as I already mentioned. People with diabetes who are on insulin find it more difficult to lose weight. And then if your body is heavy laden with toxins, there are two types of chemicals. Some of them are water soluble, some chemicals are water soluble, and some chemicals are oil soluble. The oil soluble chemicals, if you get them in your body, and we are getting chemicals in our bodies all the time, whether from the environment, from the food we eat, if you use plastic, you can get exposed to chemicals through the plastic. These chemicals, some of them or most chemicals that are bad for you, toxins, are oil soluble. So they get dissolved in fat if you're fat. And that's one of the reasons why sometimes it's difficult for people to lose weight, because when you start losing weight, you're losing fat from your body. The solutes, the things that are dissolved in the fat, get released into your body. And so they start to circulate in your blood, and they can make you sick. So sometimes people losing weight, especially if you're not losing weight the right way, you can start feeling badly, and that makes you want to give up the program. So that's something also to be careful about. Toxins in your body can make you fat and can make you keep the fat, and they can make it difficult for you to lose weight. So that's one reason why you can not lose weight. So bottom line for weight loss, there are many, many, many factors that affect obesity and weight loss. And if you're trying to lose weight, unless all these issues are addressed for the individual, now it's likely not everybody who is going to have every problem. But if you have any of these problems, if it's not addressed, you will find it very difficult to lose weight. Calorie balance. I mentioned that what you eat, you should be able to expend the energy that you take in through food, you can spend through activity to enhance your weight loss. Mindful eating. Don't just eat out of your mind, because you walk in and there's some food sitting on the counter and you grab it and you eat it and you're not, aware that you're eating something. Also, dedication. Being committed to a program is one very effective way that you can lose weight. And you may not be successful the first time, but if you persevere and you keep trying, you're going to find the right way to lose weight, and you will be able to lose weight. So, I've given you the background for some information on weight loss, why it's difficult for you to lose weight. So now let me talk about the Magnolia Health Weight Loss Program that our participants have taken part in. So this is a graph of a patient who was on our weight loss program years ago. But this was a patient who lost a significant amount of weight and has been able to keep it off. So our program, how did we get started on our program? In 2012, I read a research study that was done in mice. One of the benefits of what they did was weight loss. It wasn't just about weight loss, it was a lot of things that happened. But one of them, what caught my attention at the time was weight loss. The study was done in mice. They had mice that they put on something called time-restricted feeding. And time-restricted feeding is where you eat only at certain times of the day. In a 24-hour period, you choose the time that you eat and then time that you don't eat, which, time when you fast. And the time that you eat should coincide with your waking hours. And the time that you don't eat should coincide with your sleeping hours. So eating time, fasting time. So what they did was they had mice. The study was done on mice. And the study lasted 100 days. So in one group, they had mice on a high-fat diet. So right here, high-fat diet, and it went across. So the mice, there were 4 groups. The mice in this group had a high-fat diet. The mice in this group also had a high-fat diet. And then when you come to the bottom, a good regular mouse diet. And so the mice in this group had a good mouse diet, and the mice in this group had good mouse diet. Now, the bad mouse diet or the high-fat diet, what they fed the mice was just ice cream and potatoes. Okay. Now let's look down, going from up to down. In this group here, they fed the mice, the mice were allowed to eat only 8 hours in a 24-hour day. Only 8 hours a day. And since mice are nocturnal, mice are active at night, they were allowed to eat at night. The mice in the other group, the ad-lib group, this group, they ate around the clock. They ate the same amount of food, but the mice that were eating around the clock, every hour or so, they would put something down for them, so they were eating around the clock. The mice that were in the TRF means time-restricted feeding. The mice that were eating for 8 hours only, they would feed them during an 8-hour period while they were awake, which was at night. In humans, if you work during the day, it would be daytime, but in the mice, it was at night. After 100 days, the mice that ate only 8 hours a day were healthy. And the things they found on them was that the diurnal rhythm, day-night sleeping, waking rhythm was improved. It worked well. They had good night's sleep when they went to sleep, and when they were awake, they were awake. The research found that doing this alters glucose metabolism. So the way the body uses glucose changed, and it improved actually. So the mice had normal glucose tolerance. So they were like people who, the mice that didn't have diabetes or pre-diabetes, they handled their glucose very well. The research study also found that fatty acid metabolism improved, and that prevented obesity. It also prevented liver disease, and it modulated or improved bile acid function. So we have developed a program that is similar to what they did in this research. Instead of 8 hours a day, our program allows people to eat 10 hours a day. So we eat typically from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And like I said, the original research that I read was for 8 hours a day. What this does is your body gets detoxified. So your body releases toxins that get built up. We all have certain amounts of toxins in our bodies. The bigger you are, the more toxins you have in your body, because like I said earlier on, toxins get dissolved in fat because they're fat soluble, or what in scientific terms we call they're lipophilic. So the toxins dissolve in fat. So this program detoxifies the body, and it also improves metabolic function. This is what we do with the time-restricted feeding part of our program. In addition to that, we also use supplementation. We use vitamins and other nutrients to support the patient's health during this program. And the reason we use the vitamins and supplements is that it improves how you turn the food you eat into energy. The process of turning food into energy requires vitamins and some nutrients, and that's what we supplement for this program, for our weight loss program. And anything that happens in the body requires energy. That's why we eat. The food we eat gets turned into something called ATP. That's what is called the energy currency of the cell, of the body. And so the supplements we give you improve the way you turn the food into energy. And the supplement and the energy then is used to remove the toxins. Like I said, everything that happens in the body requires energy. So the energy that you make is then again what you use to remove the toxins. We also provide an eating plan, which includes healthy foods. We have a shopping guide which tells you what foods to shop for. We have recipes that you can choose to eat from, and we also have a smoothie recipe, which is a side. And the smoothie is actually also designed to improve your health. It's called the Super Smoothie, and it's from the Institute for Functional Medicine. In addition to that, we have a detox program. Detoxification is a very important part of trying to maintain good health. So we have a detoxification program. It's a 1-week program that kickstarts this weight loss program. The tools that we use for our program includes a diary where you can keep track of the foods you eat and the beverages and snacks, so that you can keep account of everything. Our tools include a weigh-in log sheet where you can we actually in the office record the weights for people, for the participants when they come in. We also provide what I showed previously. This is the food and beverage diary. And then we have a detox program, which I mentioned. And then the cardiometabolic food plan, the smoothie recipe. And then we have a website that you can go to order your supplements if you want. So these are the tools for our program. So we have 9 participants that completed the program, and they're all here to find out who won. After week 1, so here are the participants. We have them by number. And to start with, we had someone weighing 177, 221, 253, 176, 168, 313, 289, 218, and 248. In this column, where it says weight change, 4 from the end, after 1 week, this is what we saw. Someone had lost 6 pounds. Someone had lost 9 pounds 1 week. Someone had lost 8.3 pounds, 2.7. The one that I have 0 there was the person that started late. Someone lost 16.3 pounds in 1 week. Isn't that something? And someone else lost 15.7 pounds. And then we have 9 and then 1.8. So this was after the first week. So I'm not going to show it all week by week, but I'm going to show what the patients or what the participants did over the course. But this is this is participant number 1. This is what their graph. Number 2. Now, some people didn't come every week to weigh in. So where you see a gap, that was when someone didn't come for a weigh-in. And you can see a very nice little good slope, even though you can't tell too much. And then that's our participant number 3, 4, and so after 8 weeks, someone had lost 14 pounds, 15. So they started out well. The first week was so good, but at the end, it didn't turn out to be that good. The consistency wasn't there. Now, the way the program is designed, people will lose weight to begin in the first week, a lot more weight than the rest of the time, because we have that 1 week detox program. And the way it's designed is designed to help you lose a lot of weight in a short period of time in 1 week. So that's why we saw someone lose 16 pounds. It's not something that we recommend that you do all the time, but the first week, the way it's designed. Now, so we're getting to the end to announce the winners. They did it for 9 weeks. So week 9 is the final one, the final weigh-in and the final calculations. But before we announce that, Whitney is going to come in.
I want to share with y'all a short video of the progress that our contestants have made throughout this 9-week program. We have loved the dedication and determination all of these contestants have shown. It just goes to show you that with the right guidance and with the right knowledge, you can be the very best version of yourself. We have cosmetic medicine to enhance facial features and rejuvenate your skin, but only you can improve your health and overall wellness. Week after week, we have shared laughs, tears, encouragement, and joy with each of you. We have watched you all lift each other up and be each other's biggest fans. This was more than a competition. This was a group of motivated individuals coming together to support each other to better themselves. I'm going to ask Dr. Quay to join me in helping me announce our winners.
Okay, so to determine our winners, this is week 9, the numbers for week 9, and we have weight, we have BMI, weight percent, and BMI percent. So we were trying to figure out which one to use to determine the winners. We will have 3 first, second, and third place winners that we will announce. We did not want to use weight because someone who weighs 300 pounds is more likely to lose more weight than someone who weighs 170. So the choice was to use BMI for determining the winner, or the winners in this case. So we have first, second, and third place winners, and for third place we have a tie, and the third place finishers were Willie McKay and Glenda Light. Second place, Michelle Thomas. And the first place winner is Ms. Janice Williams. So, not. Not the excitement alone makes it worth it. So she wins $500 plus she gets a huge trophy, and let's give her another hand. So let me go back and go over how we came up with this. So as you can see, like I said, we use BMI change, and at the end of it, the person who won in all 4 categories that the parameters that we used. So she was the person that lost the most weight, which was 21.6 pounds in 9 months. I'm sorry, 9 weeks. 21.6 pounds in 9 weeks. She also lost by BMI of 4.1. Her BMI dropped by 4.1, which was the highest. And then when we did weight percent and BMI percent, both of them dropped by 8.5 points. So she really did win in all categories. And let's give her another hand. You all did. You all did very well. You all did well.
Your name is?
Michelle Thomas.
Okay. Now, Ms. Thomas, did your expectations exceed or fly under the radar?
Exceeded.
Okay, that's good. What are some of the things that you've been doing to help lose the weight?
I changed the total way I eat, drink the water. I changed the total way I eat, my whole lifestyle, water, the intermittent fasting, eating in the hours, in the time restricted frame.
I learned a lot from participating in the program. It makes you more mindful of what to eat, what not to eat, when to eat, when not to eat. So it helped me a lot. It makes me more conscientious now. But at least I know how I can lose the weight. And I believe Dr. Quay is absolutely on point when he says, if you do those things, it'll help you sleep better, rest better, and all that. So, and I experienced that.
Okay, so what is the main thing that you took away from this experience?
Knowing when to eat and knowing when not to eat, and also being more conscientious. Knowing that you can eat those foods that you like, as long as you
moderate it?
That's right. As long as you moderate it and you don't eat too late at night.
Okay. What is your main takeaway from this experience?
Well, I see and I know that it works, and it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. Dedication a little bit, but other than that, it's not hard. Not hard at all. And it was kind of fun too. So I enjoy it, and I'll stick with it. I won't just be the biggest loser. I'll be the biggest winner.
All right, now.
Most definitely. Okay.
My takeaway is discipline.
Yeah.
You got to be consistent, whatever you do.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, you can't. I mean, you gonna maybe be, have a day. You have oops,
Yeah.
but you get back on it.
So there were times that you guys doubted yourself or had any non-disciplinary moments?
That first time I saw the 8 pounds loss on that I ain't had no doubt.
doubt?
I ain't had no doubt.
None.
No doubt at all. So y'all knew y'all was gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
After that 8 pounds, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so my last question. Will you guys recommend and bring people for next year?
For
Will you
sure.
and will y'all be back?
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure. Y'all gonna coming back?
Yes.
And bring some more people, right?
Yes.
All right, good deal.